I wonder if the Emperor is actually going to get a back up again, but well. Procure jewels, map the 2 reefs. Okay, there's one. Is that a common sentiment around the people, you know? Which one? I make too many statements a second.
Is complete. Oh, I really don't know how to thank you for all your help.
Yeah, is this gonna be finished at some point, or are we just gonna look at that?
Now we can start on the foundations for the masonry. But what's this?
A fleet,
I
I'd
see
say.
ships on the horizon. Who could this be?
Nah, it's more or less, you know, a bit of a joke going around. Apart from that, not so much.
In the name of the Emperor,
Jesus
and
fucking
Cardinal
Christ,
Lucius,
what red
I declare
beast
the
are
following
you?
resolution to halt the Saracen advance. A Crusader army is to be
frick?
dispatched to protect the Empire. It is the honor and duty of every
Look at
vassal
that, it's a red
to
person.
support this effort to the best of his ability.
You know, I would pay more attention to you, but I'm fascinated by this red person. Ooh, was strange. That would be most appreciated. I don't need a mob of bitter people on my backs. Never really understood that sort of group mentality, I will say. I will call it mindly, but I'm not a fan, so yeah, I would appreciate your resolute silence. Yes, that sounds nice, doesn't it? Oh, I always try to look for some nice ways of saying it. No, don't just go for the most direct way. It's not always good. Often about how you say things. I think that's actually something my grandfather at one point
They
liked
came
to
from all the corners of
bring
the
into
empire.
me.
Knights, mercenaries, recruits.
Are we going on a crusade,
They
eh?
descended on the surrounding lands like a swarm of locusts. At night, one could look out over a sea of campfires and tents which shone in the moonlight. A sea which stretched to the very horizon. And
Where's Barbarossa?
enthroned in the middle, like a spider in a web, Guy Fawkes, who orchestrated preparations for the imminent crusade
Yeah, from the Balkans,
with
eh?
an
Yeah.
iron hand.
You would have a very good understanding of that. I can imagine. And the Balkans, also one of those areas who never really found peace and stability for a long time. An interesting area if you look at it more from a historical standpoint. And yeah, definitely one that has seen more clashing than many others, actually. Also, why is the red person apparently the most important person in this camp? Where is, you know, Friedrich Barbarossa to drown once again? Fuck's sake. Sometimes you have to love history. The greatest crusader army ever built. It dissembles because the leader drowned.
To help me organize supplies. You will receive more detailed orders.
Yes, mighty red person, I shall do so. You do have a nice army, though. Yeah, I'm assuming this is his, you know, city and not mine, because
A
I
crusade?
don't think.
My cousin, His Majesty, never said that he was considering such a thing.
Yeah, but that's not the
Who am I
point.
to question our ruler's will?
Yeah, he really does. I just want to point it out a bit more nicely, calling him red person. But yes, he is basically looking like a
The Emperor may be
dict.
ill, but he seems to want to conquer the Orient
And
regardless.
here, Lord Richard Nordberg
Must support
the
Guy
misunderstands.
Fawkes in his endeavors.
Not the
This is our feudal
Emperor's
duty.
decision to go on the crusade. It's the church that has to make that decision. Long ago, that was how it was. Whee! Okay.
You heard the orders, and nobody opposes Cardinal Lucius's orders. You will soon receive your first instructions, so kindly make yourself useful. Do you hear?
Wow, you sound like such a nice person. I'm already feeling like puking all over the place.
All these knights have sworn an oath to fight for this crusade, and there are more to come. I need provisions to feed and water these brave men.
It was more about, you know, my grandfather was probably the person who tried to integrate into me the idea of it's far more important how to say things than
This
what
will
you're actually saying
certainly not
sometimes.
be the only demand that Guy Forecast will place on you.
I'm at a very early age on, mostly
Build
because, you
a
know,
market building, as this will create space for all the new plants.
back in the day, it wasn't that uncommon that you would be somewhat raised by your grandparents, because your parents had to, you know, been busy outside doing shit, which is precisely what happened to me, so, you know.